Did you know that nearly 92% of new mothers report having at least one significant breastfeeding concern by just the third day after birth? It's a staggering number. But here is the even more shocking part. Despite the vast majority of women wanting to breastfeed for at least 6 months, over 60% of them stop earlier than they planned. And the number one reason cited? Latching issues and the pain that comes with them. If you are sitting there right now, perhaps in a quiet nursery in Chicago or a sun-drenched living room in Los Angeles, feeling like you're failing because your baby just won't click into place, this podcast is for you. We are going to fix it right here, right now. Most people think breastfeeding is this natural thing that should just happen like breathing. They've seen the paintings, the movies, the peaceful mother and the perfectly quiet infant. But the reality for many is a frantic, sweaty struggle at 3 a.m. We are often taught the sandwich method or told to just shove the nipple in. This advice, it's often fundamentally flawed. When you try to force a latch, you trigger a baby's rooting reflex in the wrong way. Or worse, you create a shallow latch that feels like a literal sandpaper rub on your most sensitive skin. Over time, that friction causes cracks, bleeding, and an association of pain with bonding. That is not how it's supposed to be. But why do some mums make it look so easy? Is it luck? No. The experts, the elite lactation consultants in places like New York's top hospitals, know a secret. It's not about the nipple. It's about the geometry of the baby's mouth relative to the breast. They use a technique called biological nurturing, or the asymmetric latch. While the rest of the world is focusing on the tip, the pros are focusing on the chin. This shift in perspective is what changes everything. Let's look at the science for a second. A 2018 study, published in the Journal of Human Lactation, followed 500 mother-infant pairs. They found that mothers who utilized baby-led positioning had a 54% lower rate of nipple trauma compared to those using the traditional cradle hold. The difference is massive. When a baby is forced into a position, their neck is often tense. When they are allowed to follow their instincts, their jaw opens wider. Think about it. You can't take a big bite of a New York bagel if your head is tucked into your chest, right? Your baby is exactly the same. I remember a mother I worked with named Sarah, living in a small apartment in Brooklyn. She was on the verge of giving up. Her baby, Leo, would scream every time he saw the breast. Sarah was using the cross-cradle hold she saw in a pamphlet, but she was holding Leo's head so tightly that he felt like he was being pushed away. We changed one thing. We leaned her back onto some pillows, let Leo lie tummy down on her chest, and let gravity do the work. Within 2 minutes, Leo did the breast crawl, opened his mouth like a little lion, and latched deeper than he ever had. Sarah literally burst into tears, because for the first time in 10 days, it didn't hurt. To help you master this, I've developed a framework called the C.A.L.M method. It stands for chin, areola, lips, and movement. Let's break this down into actionable steps that you can try during your very next feeding. Step 1. C is for chin. This is the most important part. You want the baby's chin to hit the breast first, well below the nipple. Imagine your nipple is a target. You don't want the baby's mouth to be centered on the target. You want the nipple to be pointing toward the baby's nose. This forces the baby to reach up and over with their top jaw, while the bottom jaw takes a huge scoop of breast tissue from underneath. If the chin is tucked, the latch will be shallow. If the chin is pressed firmly into the breast, the airway is clear and the mouth is wide. Step 2. A is for areola. A common mistake is thinking the baby only needs the nipple. No, the nipple is just the straw. The pump is the areola, the dark circle around the nipple. You want as much of that lower areola in the baby's mouth as possible. If you can see more areola above the baby's top lip than below the bottom lip, You've nailed the asymmetric part. This ensures the nipple is sitting far back against the soft palate, where it won't be pinched by the hard palate. Step 3. L is for lips. Take a look at your baby's lips once they are on. Are they fish lips? They should be flanged outward, like a blooming flower. If the lips are tucked in, what we call nursed in, it creates a tight, narrow seal that causes friction. You can gently use your finger to flick the bottom lip down if it's tucked. A good latch looks like the baby is trying to take a huge bite of a giant peach, not sipping through a tiny straw. Step 4. M is for movement. Once they are on, look for the deep jaw drop. You should see the baby's ear move slightly with every swallow. If you just see quick, shallow nibbling at the tip, they aren't getting the hind milk. You want to hear that ka-glug sound, that rhythmic, deep pull. If the movement is only in the cheeks, they are just pacifying, not feeding. Now, let's talk about the advanced Flipple technique. This is what the masters use. Instead of just bringing the baby to the breast, you flip the nipple up toward the baby's nose as they approach. This creates a slight fold in the breast tissue, making it easier for the baby to get a deeper mouthful. It's like squeezing a sandwich slightly so it fits in your mouth better. This one trick alone has saved thousands of breastfeeding journeys in high-pressure environments like the busy suburbs of Chicago, where mums are often rushing to get things right between Zoom calls. Let's look at your roadmap for the next few weeks. Week 1 is the learning phase. You and the baby are both students. Don't expect perfection. In these first 7 days, focus purely on skin to skin. In a cold climate like a Boston winter, crank up the heat and just stay shirtless with your baby. This regulates their heart rate and triggers their natural seeking instincts. If the latch hurts, break the seal with your pinky finger and start over. Never tough it out. Pain is a signal that the geometry is wrong. Week 2 to 4 is the adjustment phase. This is when your milk comes in and your breasts might feel engorged and hard like basketballs. This makes latching harder because the baby can't get a grip on a hard surface. The fix? Pressure softening. Take 2 fingers and press firmly around the base of the nipple for 60 seconds before feeding. This pushes the fluid back and softens the areola so the baby can actually get a scoop of tissue. Troubleshooting common issues. What if the baby is lazy or falls asleep? This happens a lot in the laid-back position. The fix is breast compression. While the baby is latched, gently squeeze your breast, like you're milking a cow, to send a shot of milk into their mouth. This wakes them up and reminds them there is work to be done. Another big one, tongue tie. If you are doing everything right, the C.A.L.M method, the positioning, the softening, and it still feels like you're being bitten by a piranha, you need to see a specialist. In cities like Los Angeles, there are amazing pediatric dentists who specialize in frenectomies. Sometimes the string under the baby's tongue is too short, preventing them from lifting their tongue to cushion your nipple. It's a 5-minute fix that can change your life. Let me tell you about Maria. Maria was a high-powered attorney in Manhattan. She was used to being in control. But her daughter, Sophia, wouldn't latch. Maria was using nipple shields, pumping until her hands hurt and crying in her office. She thought she had bad nipples. We did a virtual consult, and I noticed Sophia's bottom lip was always tucked. We implemented the C.A.L.M method, specifically focusing on the chin-first approach. I told her, "Maria, let Sophia's chin dig into you like she's trying to find a pillow." 3 days later, Maria sent me a photo of Sophia milk-drunk and passed out. The nipple shields were in the trash. The bad nipples myth was debunked. It was just physics. As we wrap up, let's recap. Throw away the idea that this should be easy immediately. It is a skill. Remember the C.A.L.M framework. Chin hits first, areola is scooped in, lips are flanged like a fish, and movement is deep and rhythmic in the jaw. If it hurts, stop. Break the seal, realign, use gravity, lean back, let the baby be the leader. Your right now action item. The very next time your baby shows a hunger cue, rooting, sucking on hands, or smacking lips, don't wait for the cry. Pick them up, take off your shirt, and try the laid-back position. Let their chin touch you first. Just try that one thing. If you do this for the next 48 hours, your brain will start to rewire the breastfeeding experience from one of stress to one of connection. You've got this, Mama. Whether you're in a high-rise in Miami or a farmhouse in Kansas, the biology is the same. You are built for this, and your baby is a fast learner. Comment below with the word latch if you're going to try the C.A.L.M method today. I read every single one of them, and I'm rooting for you. In our next episode, we're going to talk about increasing your milk supply naturally without supplements. So make sure you're subscribed. See you then. You're doing a great job, truly.